Guys, let me tell you something. Being a dark skin in Kenya is very traumatizing. In fact, it is a very ugly experience for someone to go through.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you're new here, you're most welcome. This is the space where we talk about important issues, react to videos, and learn together. So if you haven't already, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. So today we're going to be talking about colorism in the black community. It is more like a silent topic that has been overlooked. So we're going to watch two videos that have been stitched together, and I'll join you on the other side with my 2 cents. So let's dive in.
Guys, let me tell you something. Being a dark skin in Kenya is very traumatizing. In fact, it is a very ugly experience for someone to go through. There's a certain group of women and men in Kenya who will make you feel like your skin has a problem. And they will not hide it. They will tell you to your face. Maybe you're just having a normal argument with someone, but the next thing utasikia will be, sasa huyu kanaringa na venye nikakeusi. They will make sure they bring your blackness into the conversation so that they feel that they have won. You know, and it is very bad because now you see so many girls are bleaching their skin and you wonder, why are they doing so? It's not that they don't have confidence in themselves. They do. But the way the society in Kenya has made dark-skinned girls feel, they have made them feel like they don't deserve good things in life. They don't deserve to be treated nice. They don't deserve to have standards, because when in Mweusi, you are not supposed to do something.
There's literally nobody that hates the conversation about colorism like light-skinned girls and black men. And it says a lot about the internalized racism amongst black people. You guys literally don't think it's that deep, and it's so ignorant, and I'm gonna tell you why. A few years ago, I will never forget this because it literally marked me for life. These two dark-skinned girls came up to me. I think I was walking in the streets. I came from the shop, and they were like, "You're so pretty, you're light." Literally, when I heard them say that, I didn't take it as a compliment. Instead, I started to feel sad because I was like, ish, they're associating beauty to light skin. Because if they had just said, "Oh, you're so beautiful," then I would have said, "Oh, it's not that deep, like, they just think I'm pretty." But because they mentioned the light skinness, then I was like, ish, okay, they can already tell that if you are light, you are pretty. They already have it in them that light-skinned girls are pretty. So as much as I'm not necessarily like light or a yellow bone, but to them, anyone that's a shade lighter than them is good looking. That was literally just one scenario, and I've experienced many more. But it said a lot about the backgrounds or homes that they come from, because if you have a father that dated your mother because he didn't want dark-skinned kids like him, and then it happens that the mom doesn't give birth to light-skinned girls, and it's so popular, guys, like it's so common that light skin doesn't dominate, dark skin dominates in the genes. Light skin is a recessive gene, so it can only dominate if the father also has light skin somewhere. But if the father is dark and his family is dark and the woman is the only one that is light, then it's not going to dominate. And that's literally what people don't understand. But anyway, so if your dad dated your mom because he wanted light-skinned kids, and then you come out dark-skinned like him, that internalized colorism that the father preferred a daughter or a child that is light-skinned is going to show, and the children are going to know it. You can try your best to hide it and act like, you're okay with your daughter being dark-skinned, like it's not that serious, but it's going to come out in many ways. For example, if they have cousins or family members that are constantly picking at their dark skin, you don't stand up for them. You just say, hi, yagelanumtwana, hi, and just brush it off. Like, you don't stand up against it and say, no, that is not right. My daughter is beautiful. Just because she's dark skinned doesn't mean that she's ugly. When you have a mom that felt honored to be loved by black men because she was light skinned, you're going to suffer, because when you are going through dark-skinned girl problems, she's not going to be able to help you. She's not going to be able to defend you because she doesn't know what it's like to be you, and she didn't care. So she's not all of a sudden going to have information or know how to help you because she never bothered. She always thought that she was superior and everybody else was jealous. So I watched an interview by Busisa some years ago, and she was saying how she was so shocked when she came into the industry that people were calling her ugly and saying that her complexion was dark and ugly. The shockery came from the fact that she spent her whole life being told by her family, her mom, her dad, her sisters or brothers, that she was the most beautiful girl in the world, and that's all she's ever known. So the minute she went into the world and the world said, "You are ugly," she was like, "Oh hell no, that can't be true." Because I was brainwashed to think that I am pretty, so there's no way what you're saying is true. I fight colorism every day because that's what I want for my kids. Like, I want my kids to have a father that says, "Hey, when I tell those kids at school that they must stop lying because you look like your dad and your dad is handsome, so you are definitely beautiful, like they must stop lying to you. This dark skin, this nose, these eyes, you got them from me, and I am handsome, so there's literally no way you're ugly." If you're someone that loves yourself, loves your complexion, love people that look like you, it will literally show. Like, it will literally show, and your kids will know it. So yeah, guys, if it's not that deep and it's just a preference, then go ahead. But your children are gonna suffer in the long run.
All right, that was an eye-opening video. Now, let's talk about what colorism is. Simply put, colorism is a form of discrimination where people are treated differently based on the shade of their skin tone. It usually happens within the same racial or ethnic group, with lighter skin often being seen as more desirable or favorable than darker skin. So, colorism stems from historical systems of oppression and colonialism, where light skinned people were associated with higher status and privilege. So, if we're looking at it through a different lens, we can just say colorism is a hierarchy of skin tones within a racial group or an ethnic group that is anchored towards whiteness. So the question is, how is colorism different from racism? So, racism is about discrimination based on race. So, it could be a person's ethnicity or heritage, while colorism, on the other hand, happens within racial groups and focuses on skin tone. So, while racism and colorism are connected, they are really not the same. And let me tell you why. So, I'll give you one scenario. A company rejects a highly qualified candidate because they are black. That is racism. However, if a company hires a lighter skinned black person over a darker skinned black person with the same qualifications, that is colorism. In a second scenario, if a school expels a student for wearing hairstyles tied to their culture, like afros or braids or dreadlocks, that is racism. But if a teacher favors a student with straighter hair over those with kinky hair textures, that is colorism. I hope you see the different scenarios. So the third example I could give is a store owner can follow a person of color around the store, assuming they might steal. That is racism. But if a store owner only follows darker skinned people of color while ignoring the lighter skinned people of the same race, that could be colorism. The fourth scenario is a community opposes a person's image to someone from another. A community opposes a person's marriage, rather, to someone from another racial group. That could be considered racism. However, if someone's family pressures them to marry someone with lighter skin to improve the family's image, that is colorism. So, colorism deeply affects people's self-esteem, often starting at a young age. And here are some ways it impacts individuals. So, society's preference for lighter skinned people can make people with darker skin feel less beautiful or desirable, and this can lead to lack of confidence and negative body image. And in addition, people may start to believe that they are less valuable because of their skin tone. So internalized colorism can make them feel unworthy of love or success. And in some industries, especially in the entertainment or beauty industry, darker skinned individuals are often overlooked, which can damage their sense of worth. And in addition, many children and adults face bullying or teasing because of their skin tone, which leaves long lasting emotional scars. Now, let's look at tips and tricks on how to combat colorism. The first one is, I always say on this channel, educate yourself and others. Learn about colorism and its effects. Share this knowledge with your friends, family, and your community. You could share the video as well with people that you think could be interested in learning about colorism. And also make an effort to compliment people of all skin tones, encouraging representation and beauty in diversity. And if you see or hear a colorist making comments or behaviors, speak up. Politely educate others about why those comments are harmful. And also follow and support creators and brands and influencers who celebrate diversity in skin tones, like this one. So please subscribe to the channel. And if you've been affected by colorism, remind yourself that your skin tone is beautiful, and surround yourself with affirmations and people who uplift you. And let us also help children understand that all skin tones are beautiful and valuable, and stop the cycle of instilling these values early. So that wraps up today's discussion about colorism. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks for being part of this important conversation. I hope this video inspired you to reflect, to learn, and as well as to take action. And don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And as always, I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below. Have you ever experienced colorism, and how do you think we can work together to end it? Let's keep the conversation going. And thank you so much once more, and I'll see you in the next video. As for me, it's goodbye.